All right. Hello. Aloha. How are you guys doing? Let's see. Who is on the air today? Who is on the air today? Please type it into the chat. I see at least 10 different advisories, different people on. Good morning. Oh, good afternoon. It is pajama day. That's why I have messy bed hair. It is pajama day, my friends. Happy Spirit Week. Today is Tuesday, September 14th. So mahalo for joining us. Kumu Gaspar is here with me today because, right, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we dig a little bit deeper about our ahupua'a and the career pathway that we are finding out a little bit more about, a little bit more ike. Every Tuesday and Thursday is the natural resources pathway. A big shout out to our Kumu who, when I walk into their classrooms, they are actively teaching about natural resources. So mahalo to Mr. Kimo Dumagan. I know that Miss Nakama Ching and Mr. Castle also are headed into a deeper dissection of what is natural resources here in Hawaii, our ahupua'a of Kealakehe. Hello, hello. All right, so welcome to Mr. Drake Sohana, to Miss Farnsworth Sohana, Mr. Schwartz. Aloha, Mrs. Schwartz. Okay, so today, last time we were here, Kumu Gaspar shared a mo'olelo with you, and I thought it wise to, I went to Kona Bay Books, one of my favorite bookstores, and picked up another book this is called Kona Legends, and it is by Eliza D. McGuire. And these are legends all about the different ahupua'a here in Kona. And I found one that is called Two Girls Roasting Breadfruit. And it is about, well, I'll read it. I'm going to read it out to you guys out loud, and then we'll break it down, right? Yeah. We'll break it down. Okay, so here it is. So I'm going to read it out loud, and I will share the text with all of you via email as soon as I'm done. So here we go. It's called The Two Girls Roasting Breadfruit. The legend of the fish pond of Pa'aiea in the preceding chapter tells how an old woman appeared before fishermen asking for fish and was told that they would give her nothing, and how, when she left them to go to her home in the mountains, she mysteriously disappeared. This same old woman soon afterwards appeared at a village called Manuahi, which was on the western slope of Hualalai, and where these two girls who figure in this story lived. When this remarkable old woman arrived at the village, it was quite deserted, and only two girls were there, and they were roasting ulu, breadfruit. The name of one of these girls was Pahinahina, and the name of the other was Kolomuo. As soon as the old woman saw them, she inquired, "For whom are you roasting your breadfruit?" The girl named Kolomuo answered, "I am roasting my breadfruit for La'i." "Who is La'i?" "That is my god." "Yes." "Has La'i power?" "Yes, that is the god of my parents." Then the old woman turned and asked Pahinahina, the other girl, "And for whom, pray, are you roasting your breadfruit?" "For Pele," she said. "Well, if that is so, it is our breadfruit, and it is cooked." I do not think it can be cooked. It has only just been turned over." "Yes, it is cooked. It is smoking." When they tasted it, sure enough, it was cooked, and they ate all of it. Then the old woman asked her, "Where is your house?" "Above there, near that hill." "And where is the house of this other girl?" "We all live in one house with our parents. She at one end of the house with her parents." "Where are your parents?" "Gone to clear land around to plant for the chief." "When your parents come home, you tell them to put up a lepa, a sign, on the end of your part of the house." When her parents came home, Pahinahina told them the instructions this old woman had given her, and they followed it out. Mysterious instructions of that nature were always followed out, as people of those days believed that only supernatural beings or gods gave instructions in that manner. That night, after this old woman's visit to the fisher pond of Pai'aea and her interview with these two girls roasting breadfruit, she appeared as none other than the Pele, the goddess of the volcano, who lived at Kilauea. She evidently was in the habit of traveling about and taking up her abode wherever she fancied, and in 1801 she came over to Hualalai and started her work. The people that night saw a fire on Hualalai at a place called Kavaha Opele. And though it was the fire of the bird catchers of the Uau, then the fire disappeared, and again lower down burst forth with the scrub of Ohialehua, and ferns grew, a place called Kaivi Opele, and it was thought to be a campfire of the canoe builders. Then the fire blared brightly, then it dwindled down and went out. Soon after it appeared below Ki Leo, one of the many spurs of Hualalai, and about a quarter of a mile to the right of Akahipu'u, coming out of a little opening and flowing in a thin stream of lava, spreading and growing larger until it covered the south end of the girl's house. Pele continued her course to the sea and finished her work of destruction. The cinder hill of Puhi a Pele, which looms like a huge castle of ebony showing in strong relief against the silvery kukui grove above it, represents the home of one of the two girls roasting breadfruit, which Pele destroyed. It is, at present, a striking landmark plainly visible about a mile below the road as one crosses the ridge of the Kona mountain. All right. So I read it, but I think what struck me, Kumu Gaspar, is the different natural resources it mentioned, that it also
Yes.
shows like these are actual places, yeah, here in Kona.
Yes.
So what were your thoughts?
So the words Manuwahi, the village was called Manuwahi, and that word to me, it means free. So like if Pele is asking for something, there's like no charge. It's like everything it's just given. And so the village name Manuwahi, and when it talks about the western slope of Hualalai, we know that's in the Kona, our area,
Mhm.
Kona area where we live. And so, and it's just all of these words that that we just connections to me that
Mhm.
I just connect to these words.
Yeah.
And then had the part about where she was roasting the ulu, and the ulu, well, I'm saying ulu, breadfruit, and how I've never cooked ulu on the fire, but it says, but Pele said, if it's smoking, it's cooked. And then the girl said, no, it's not. And then so Pele said, no, we're going to share and we're going to eat. And so they both shared and they ate, and it was cooked and it was delicious. And so that's just one thought in my mind about cooking this ulu, this breadfruit. And I was sharing with Po'okumu Blaber, and I told her about this breadfruit or the ulu we make, like ulu poi, ulu bread, just cooking every
Mhm.
way that or style
Mhm.
that the families is ono for. And so the ulu, the breadfruit, is important to not only Hawaiian people but other Polynesian people
We
as
eat it.
well.
My
Yes,
Samoan family loves
the
the breadfruit. Yes.
Samoans, they like that better than other stuff.
Mhm.
So and then this word, the lepa, the sign. So when that reminded me of when we're talking, and then I might be saying something about like your leka. So it's the word leka and lepa. So leka is when you're writing a letter. Leka means when
Oh.
you're writing a letter and then you're gonna mail them out to whoever you're sending it
Leka with the letter K.
with the letter K, and then and it's a letter, a mahalo leka, or como leka, like an invitation. Yeah. So and so it was like, wow, I that was just connected stuff to me. And then the lepa is the sign, so like a
Lepa,
bigger
sign.
sign.
Lepa, Walalai. Oh, okay. Nice.
So awesome.
I didn't know too, it mentioned the ponds of Pa'aiea. I had no idea that there was a pond from like the state park, Kekahakai State Park, that reached all the way down to our old airport. I mean, where airport is now.
Yes.
and that was the 1801 flow kind of filled in that pond. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and I heard that the fish pond was right the pond of King Kamehameha, one of the natural resources there where he would gather his fish. And I think we see small remnants of it. Yeah. Like, is
Yeah.
that like Kaloko?
And I think it's like a lot of it is hidden, or a lot of it's been covered by things that's been happening. And the hidden part is just really interesting, because sometimes it can be like you can be standing right on top of the spot and you just wouldn't know it.
Yeah.
But then if you move certain areas or certain directions, you can see where look really good. There's something there.
Yes.
And sometimes those things only happen to certain people, and certain people that, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but certain people that have the ike, the knowledge or the respect for our ancestors, and just being connected to our people and who we are.
Nice.
So look for those things.
Yes, thank you. And I think one of those, how, you know what helps me look for those kinds of things? That's why I really liked how you did the Mo'olelo last week. Like, just reading these stories makes me think a little bit deeper about what's in our area. And I didn't know a lot of these things even existed. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like how when you talked about the ahu pua'a,
Yes.
about the ahu and the pua'a. And then when I drive to my favorite place, Starbucks, there's actually an ahu on the side of the road.
Mhm.
I mean, right by the sidewalk. And there's there's a lepa near it and tells about what that ahu pua'a was for. And I actually never made the connection until you shared it with 7B, Miss Hurley's. Yeah, so thank you for that. Thank you. All right, my friends, time's up. But thank you so much for the talk story, digging a little bit deeper about our ahu pua'a, more ike every Tuesday and Thursday about where we live.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Yeah,
Aloha, you
aloha.
guys. Thank you. Okay, nice.